Hello, welcome to Daily News from Merja'iyat TV. Scholarly meetings of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Qom, Iran. The House of His Eminence Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Qom hosted another session of its scholarly meetings. These meetings are attended by various groups of seminarians, clerics, and scholars who answer questions from the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. The questions revolved around Islamic beliefs, ethics, and law. Nonviolence Incorporation denounces threats against journalists. Nonviolence Incorporation Free Muslim published a statement to denounce multiple threats against members of the press in Canada. Here come some parts of the statement. Nonviolence Incorporation has received multiple reports on threats against members of the press in Canada. This foundation condemns these threats. According to reports, threats and abusive behaviors have reached a peak on internet, with threats of sexual assault and murder amid the officials' inattention. These threats have prevented several Canadian journalists to leave their homes in spite of security escorting. Earlier this month, 52 journalists wrote an open letter to warn of the consequences of such threats. Nonviolence Incorporation believes that such threats are efforts by international terrorists to weaken the freedom of media. Media activists from England visit Imam Hussein Media Group. Said Rauf Hakim, executive director of Imam Hussein Media Group, welcomed an envoy of media activists from England. In this visit, these activists emphasized publishing the school of the AhlulBayt, peace be upon them, in English-speaking countries. Zahir Abdul-Reza, a prominent academic figure, was also among these activists. These visitors had a tour to different departments of Imam Hussein TV. During this tour, Said Rauf Hakim said that all media activists have the responsibility to publish the school and morals of the Holy AhlulBayt, peace be upon them, worldwide. Shia Societies Association welcomes Iraqi pilgrims in Holy Qom, Iran. Shia Societies Association, affiliated with Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, welcomed groups of Iraqi pilgrims arriving in the holy city of Qom in Iran. Mohsen al-Shahid Karwan and Zan al-Zainab from Nasiriyah city of Iraq and Fatima Zahra Karwan from Tawirej city were received by the Shia Societies Association. Adam Center holds conference in Holy Karbala, Iraq. Adam Center for Defending Rights and Freedoms, affiliated with Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, held a conference titled Cooperation and Balance in Local Levels, a reading of the basis of the rules set for local institutions in Iraqi law. This conference was attended by academics, members of the press, and activists. Dr. Ala Ibrahim al-Husseini, an academic and researcher at Adam Center, was the keynote speaker of the event. Sheikh Mortaza Maash, a member of the An-Naba Institute, also attended the event and made a few points about the nature of democratic systems. He also characterized Iraq's current political system to be more inclined towards feudalism. AhlulBayt Islamic Thought Center holds conference in Baghdad, Iraq. AhlulBayt Islamic Thought Center, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Baghdad, held a conference titled Intricacies of Human Rights in Islam. This conference was centered on a book written by His Eminence Grand Ayatollah Shirazi about the events that ensued the martyrdom of the Holy Prophet and the tragedies that befell Lady Fatima Zahra, peace be upon them both. Ben Fahad Hilli Seminary runs preaching programs in Iraq. On the anniversary of the passing of Hazrat Qasim, son of Imam Qadim, peace be upon him, some members of Ben Fahad Hilli Seminary traveled to the Al-Qasim town to run a series of cultural and religious programs. These clerics held question and answer panels and relayed the instructions from His Eminence Grand Ayatollah Shirazi to the attendees. It is worth noting that these members of Ben Fahad Hilli Seminary had already visited religious mawakib and pilgrims in Al-Qasim city. Delegates from the Al-Shaaer TV meet Iraqi tribal chiefs. Some delegates from the Al-Shaaer TV met with Sheikh Abdul Aziz al-Sikar, chief of the Al-Fitala tribe. In this meeting, the discussions focused on the strong bond between Iraqi tribes and the religious leadership. Furthermore, both sides talked about the important role of Iraqi tribes in keeping Iraq's solidarity. Representative of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi attends Fatimi memorials in Lebanon. Sheikh Jalal Maash, one of the representatives of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, attended Fatimi memorials held by Takaful Institute in Lebanon. These memorials were also attended by Sheikh Hussein Mashik, director of this institute, and a group of believers. Sheikh Ali Tala was the main speaker of this ceremony. Activities by Najaf Center for Strategic Studies. Najaf Center for Strategic Studies held a seminar titled Elements of Sustainable Development and Reduction of Fossil Energy Consumption. This seminar was attended by Dr. Zargham Al-Khalid, a professor of Arab literature at Kufa University. In his speech, Dr. Al-Khalid elaborated on the definition of sustainable development according to the UN. It is worth noting that Najaf Center also held courses of TOT in collaboration with the Arzul Atta Institute. Misbah al-Hussein Foundation holds weekly meetings. Misbah al-Hussein Foundation, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Karbala, held another session of its weekly meetings. Sheikh Mustafa Mohammadi, the director of Misbah al-Hussein Foundation, received reports of different departments of this foundation in this meeting. Further discussions revolved around Arbain Walk 2030, which is projected to host nearly 50 million pilgrims.